Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
Welcome to Share Talk, where today I'm speaking to Ed Dawson, who's CEO of Prospex Oil and Gas. Hi today, Ed.
Morning. Hi.
Right, I hear you've been jet setting around, so maybe slightly the worse for wear, but plenty going on at Prospex at the moment. Could you run us through the recent events, maybe?
Yeah, I can do. Well, to the sort of outside world looking in, we put our full year results out and just had our AGM. But in fact, on the ground, we continue to be busy. As a AIM investment company with obviously some oil and gas investments with our portfolio in Italy and Romania and Spain. Yeah, we've been busy. We were looking to get Romania on production in the third quarter of this year. You know, that has slipped from the second quarter, which is a disappointment. But I think the permitting issue, there was certainly one question around something which I'm told by the operator has been, dealt with. So that's good. So hopefully that progress is, going to continue to happen. You talk about jet setting. While I was at a TCM in Rome with our partners there. So hopefully, that's all moving forward. And importantly for us, we're looking to go back into the field in Spain over the summer. I think that does, a number of things. Well, from a technical aspect, we're shooting an MT survey, which is an audio-magnetic telluric survey, which will further delineate or give us, a certain, look in the ground. We've got a very potentially large, gas play there, which was a field that was drilled in the 50s in Spain. We have a CPR on that, which suggests that in a mid case there's 830 BCF. So that's a huge potential there.
Right. I mean, one of the things that one notices about Prospex is that you got this portfolio around Europe. Say you've been jet setting around. I'm trying to make it sound glamorous, but you've been jet setting around between the different areas.
It's not glamorous.
But the issue there, I mean, in terms of the market's perception of the company, to my mind, the only interpretation of why there isn't the great enthusiasm, let's say, is that the market doesn't think that you have a large-scale projects. They seem to, let's say, they think that are just a smaller scale. I mean, I've discussed that with you before.
Well, I mean, in terms of large scale, the Italian project is probably the second most important gas discovery or now development program in Italy onshore. So that's certainly key for the Italians, and that's why there is support amongst the the ministries there. In terms of Spain, let me quantify 830 BCF. It's huge.
Right.
A metric, and I think it's a fair metric. A BCF is worth in Europe somewhere between $1 million and €2 million in the ground on an NPV basis. So there is. We've got we've got the right to take up to 49.9% of the project. So notionally, if this thing works, as the academics have got it on the paper today, it's worth $500 million to the company. Our market cap is around 5 million. So that's a huge project. And I'll tell you why we like it. This thing was drilled in 1956. There's a huge gas column in it, and we understand that we have a very good reason why we think it didn't float. With it taking 18 months to drill, and they use water-based muds. The reservoir engineers believe that the clays swelled with the water in the mud. So that's why the test was short. With modern drilling techniques and different muds, the prognosis is that it will flow quite happily. And also now the Maghreb pipeline goes across the block, so we can go into 4 kilometers. This is the major. It's a 48-inch pipeline that comes from Algeria into Europe, and where it comes ashore 4 kilometers away, there's infrastructure with bypass valves and things like that. So notionally, we are, we're now, there's obviously a market in Europe, and there's infrastructure that we can piggyback. So the sort of capital cost in a success case is very good for this project as well.
Right. So, you're sitting on quite hefty assets. Is there any other excuse in terms of the time frame of all this rolling out that investors might have and saying, well, I'll wait to buy the shares rather than go into the shares now, let's say? Is it going to be a 2-year window, 3-year window, something like that? What are we looking at?
Well, I think, a small company like ourselves, going from, I think the production, will be good. I think it's all about, I suppose, discount to fair value, Zach, and I think that discount will keep narrowing.
Right. I mean, the other point of note this month, or just I think it was announced yesterday, was the fact that you've doubled your stake in the company. And I suppose just below 0.4 pence, which is below where the market is now. Clearly, that's normally interpreted as a sign of confidence when a CEO does that. Are you particularly enthused at the moment?
Operationally, I'm completely infused. I have to say, I'm depressed about the share price. So whether that dampens the day-to-day enthusiasm, I think it probably does. I think, I'm not saying the market should ignore my purchase. As you say, I think it is a strong signal. In fact, James Smith, one of our non-execs, there was an announcement this morning that he's also purchased. I'd probably take James's signal, stronger than mine. In the sense, he's a proven oil finder. He's a non-exec. So the cynics can be cynical about me, but certainly James is, bought more shares. So,
all right. Just you said you're looking for some production to come on tap. What's for the rest of the year? What are we looking at in particular?
So I think we're going to have production on in Romania. There is the preliminary award of a production permit in Italy. So the contingent resources will notionally move from contingent resources into reserves. The MT survey, I think that will push the project along in Spain. Surely, I think people are discounting, well, can you operate in the ground? And I think we're going to demonstrate to the market we can. And more importantly, it's demonstrating to the stakeholders in Spain that, actually we can, oil companies can operate, and do a good job. So from that aspect, I think there's, in my mind, good news flow, if that's what people want. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Well, we'll see how everything goes. Thank you very much, Ed Dawson, CEO at Prospex Oil and Gas, for speaking to Share Talk today.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.